All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call the Thursday, December 11th, 2025 full board to order. First item is Pledge of Allegiance. Next item is Invocation by Commissioner Howard.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, I just thank you for this day that you've given all of us. I pray that we make the most of it. And as we make decisions for the county on behalf of the folks that you created, I pray for discernment and wisdom in all ways, not just for this meeting, but for the next year, 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, that we serve to the best of our ability. So help us, God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next is the adoption of the agenda.
Romano adopts the agenda.
Support Wallace.
Okay, motion made by Romano, supported by Wallace. Without objection, I have also like to allow Commissioner Perna to present a special tribute during this time as well. So if we could vote, and then Commissioner, you can present that tribute.
Motion passes 13-0.
Tracy Thompson, would you come up, please? Tracy, one of my daughters, but my oldest daughter. Back in 1996, when I first got elected, I don't know what you were doing. You were a teenager then or something, but I said, I got to try and get her a job in the county because I heard the county's a great place to work. So she got accepted. It was Carmela Sabal then, right? And she's probably turning over in his grave right now, her grave, to find out that you are finally retiring after 25 years. And Tracy, you really have surprised me because you showed up every day at work, even though your boss would call me once in a while saying she's late again.
I've never been late.
But this tribute here, and it's not normal we do this here, but I got some consideration by the commissioners. I want to read something to you here that you probably don't even know, okay? This tribute is commending Tracy Thompson upon her retirement from Macomb County government. Whereas the Board of Commissioners would like to celebrate and honor Tracy Thompson on the occasion of her retirement from Macomb County government after nearly 24 years of dedicated service. Now, I'm not sure what the word dedicated means, but congratulations. Whereas Tracy began her career with the county on January the 14th, 2002. In the file room of the court section of the court clerk's office, she then became a valuable member of the Register of Deeds office on April the 15th of 2002, where she devoted the remainder of her service until retirement, which is her last day is tomorrow. Whereas Tracy role and an e-recorder for the Register of Deeds, who marked by exceptional professionalism, unwavering dedication, and consistency stellar performance. Is this true? Is this true? Okay. 100%. Her skills and experience working with the public and her motivation to always support her team allowed her to provide valuable services, including in-depth public land file searches and implementing the electronic public land file system. Whereas in retirement, Tracy looks forward to more spending quality time with her family, including her son Jeffrey, her daughter-in-laws Tiffany, two grandchildren Leo and Ellen, and additional opportunities to cheer on her favorite sports team, the Michigan Wolverines. But that's a sad day for Michigan Wolverines today. Whereas Macomb County hereby recognizes and honors Tracy Thompson for her nearly 24 years of exemplary service and extends heartfelt congrats and best wishes for the next chapter of her journey. Now, she says she's going to be going to Florida in another couple of weeks, but Tracy, when you come back, the door is going to be open if you want to come back to Macomb County. Right, boss? 100%. This declaration serves to publicly congratulate Tracy on this momentous occasion of a retirement from Macomb County government. It is being presented on behalf of all the Board of Commissioners. And best wishes and congratulations. I don't know if Mr. Fellini would like to say something that's appropriately.
I did notice on the proclamation, she's going to have time to spend with a lot of people, but you weren't mentioned on there. You know what I'm saying? No, Tracy's going to be, she's a great asset that we're going to miss. She's got some special skills that she's had, that she's learned through the years that, you know, people have to train up many years to get to. So that's going to be a void in our office, and we're going to miss her. We're going to miss her tremendously. I'm going to miss giving a little punch in the shoulder. You know, I always do a little bit of that to some people when I go by with her, though. She kind of falls over when I do it. So, but no, we're going to miss you, Tracy, and we'll get this amended so you can spend some time with your dad, too. Okay? All right. Thanks. All right.
Thank you.
Tracy, I'm going to put you on the spot. You want to say anything? Go ahead.
No,
No?
Say something, Trace, come on.
I'm-
See, thank goodness I look like my mom.
Story about your dad.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that in public.
There you go.
No, I really appreciate this. I was not expecting this at all. And my almost 25 years here, it's like family. I spent more time here than I have with my family.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm gonna miss everybody, but I won't miss the alarm clock. I won't miss driving in the snow, but I made a lot of lifelong friends. And I've got a great group of people I work with, a great boss, great supervisors, and I'm gonna miss everybody. But thank you very much.
Quick pictures, Trace.
Picture time.
Tracy, I gotta tell you, every time your dad would mention your name, he puffs up. Every time his chest puffs up. My daughter works for the county, and he puffs up when he says it.
Thank you.
Okay, next is our approval of minutes dated November 20th, 2025, including closed session. I need a motion to approve.
Support.
Moved by Haas, supported by Van Sickle. Seeing no changes to any of the minutes, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is public participation. This is the first opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on an item which is on today's agenda. There'll also be a second opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak on any issue. Anyone from the public like to speak? Agenda items only. Going once, twice. We'll close public participation. Next is public hearing on Brownfield Plan, Centerline Commerce Center, 25999 and 26311 Lawrence Avenue, vacant land, 11 Mile Road, Centerline, Michigan, 48015. I'm going to open up the hearing, the public hearing at 3:10 p.m. Is there anyone here for the public hearing? Okay, seeing no speakers, I'm going to close the public hearing at 3:10 p.m. We'll move on to appointments. First appointments will be for the Financial Requirements Ordinance Work Group. This is a board chair appointment, appointing Commissioner Kraft, Commissioner Lucido, Commissioner Perna, Commissioner Wallace, and myself. I just need a motion to concur.
So moved.
Moved by Grote, supported by Haw. Commissioners, this is just another one of those work groups that I've been talking about all year, so I'm tired of these work groups, but Thank you, commissioners, for stepping up to be part of this work group. This is something that is going to be extremely important going forward, also working with our new finance director. But this is something that we have as an ordinance that we work with the executive in regards to our quarterly updates to the board. So something that we're going to just be updating. All right, we have a motion on the floor. Please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our Older Adult Advisory Committee. This is commissioner appointments, 2-year terms beginning January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2027. We have appointments for the vast majority of most of our districts here, as well as 3 out of the 4 at large. So I'll just take a motion to appoint all of these.
Motion to appoint.
Support.
Moved by Romano, supported by Zinner. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our Art Institute Authority Board. This is a board chair appointment. This is 2 reappointments, 2-year terms to run January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2027. I'll take a motion to concur. Moved by Grote, supported by Voino. This is for Michael McDonald and for Maria Silomanonis. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is a Friend of the Court Advisory Committee. This is an executive reappointment with board concur. This is 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2028. That individual is Don Prokopek. I need a motion to concur.
Motion to concur.
Moved by Goike, supported by Voino. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is a presentation. This was waived by Finance, Audit, and Budget Chair. This is the 2025 study report for the 2026 equalized values. I need a motion to receive and file.
So moved.
Moved by
Support.
Kraft, supported by Howard. And we have Kristen here to talk about the report.
Good afternoon, pleasure to be here. I just want to point out this is the same report that I bring to you guys every year. This is the one that you're so excited to get. It is the culmination of the work of my employees since the last time I came here. It is comprised of sales studies and appraisal studies. My staff performed 5,000 appraisal studies, appraisals of property in the ag, commercial, and industrial property classes. And then my 2 clerical processed 19,000 sales of residential properties in order to put this report together for all of you. So this is the culmination of all of that work. And there's just a couple of things that I wanted to point out. I'm always trying to make this report a little bit better for you because it is a lot of numbers, it's a lot of information, and it's a lot of stuff to grasp. So this year on page 4 of the report, I did add the ratios for equalization page because there's a lot of pages of the tabular part of this report, but this gives you everything kind of at a glance. This is the document that I have to publish by the 3rd Monday of every February each year, so that it's a notice for everybody within the county of the tentative ratios and the multipliers to get to 50% of true cash value. For those of you that don't know, on the board or behind me, I'm the bad guy. I am the head tax lady. I'm the one that determines where the values get to, the increases or decreases, but it's the increases in assessments each year. This is a summary of those ratios and the multipliers to get to those ratios. And then at the bottom, this is the assessor's copy. This isn't the copy that I published, but I added an area at the bottom that includes some statistical information so that not only can you see where your units of government fall by property class, but you can see in relation to everybody else with those statistical data points included. Does anybody have any questions about that? That's a relatively new page. That's a new one you guys haven't seen.
We have some questions. Commissioner Howard.
Okay.
Thank you. I was for the equalization page. I see it's split up between ag, commercial, industrial, residential. Is there a percentage on a nonprofit, like the percentage of the non-taxable units in a city?
I don't have that information. That is probably something that I could get if I do a search on. I could try to determine that. I know one of the things that my people, I do have them going out on the exempt properties. There's about 8,000 throughout the county, and that would include like city-owned, county-owned, township-owned, churches, those types of properties that have specific exemptions by law. And there's about 8,000 of them. They are working on those. Is that what
Yeah,
you would
that's
want?
exactly what I was.
Yeah, there's about 8,000 throughout the county.
Okay, I'd love to see like a percentage for the cities, like you have them for the commercial and industrial, if that's possible.
I could probably get something like that to you. Do you want it included in a specific report, or do you want something separate?
Just however you see fit.
Okay, maybe I'll bring that in the April report. I'll include an exempt page. How about
Okay,
that?
great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Right, you're welcome.
That's all, Chair.
Commissioner Goike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for coming. I apologize because I didn't look at the report we came in here, so it's probably easy reading. How much did the total valuation of the county go up when you got done? So so we can expect, for values on taxes rising and not to exceed the head lease, so.
Okay, so total real and personal is on page 5. And the total value, all added together, is going to increase about 6.7%. Now, personal property is a little bit different because that's a self-reported assessment. And a lot of the parcels qualify for either the small business exemption or the industrial manufacturing exemption. And if they decide to fill out the exemption paperwork, then they get it. If they don't, then they're on the tax roll. And if nothing changes, then the value goes down. So there's so many different variables in there that it's kind of hard for me to predict what's going to happen. It's, you could have new
On real
businesses.
property other than personal property tax.
Real property, it's about 6.94. That would be on page 6 at the bottom.
Okay, thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Because the personal property tax, I'm
Yeah,
probably the only
it's-
one that has to pay in this room on that. I
Oh,
pay a
sorry
lot.
about that.
All
Sorry.
my equipment I have to pay on.
Sorry, not sorry?
Nah, I know.
I'm not sure.
At least the first 75,000 is exempt now.
Yeah.
Anything
Thank
else,
you.
Commissioner Goike?
Are you done?
That's it.
Okay, let me see if we have any other questions. Commissioner Van Sickle, we're still first round.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hi.
So this report is coming out now. So I assume back in September, when the executive put together the proposed budget, that the numbers of evaluation in there was from last year?
So it depends, because I'm always working a year behind but a year ahead. And so I get calls from the executive's office. I believe I spoke with you in January to give like a rough. And every December I come here and I give you an idea of where I think we might end up. Last year I was pretty close. I said 4.5%. We came in at 4.77% increase in taxable, so I felt really good about that. I actually did. It's tough, because I don't know what's being built. I don't know what's, being demolished. I do know we had a rather sizable tax tribunal decision to reduce some values in the city of Warren for the tech center. And so, that might come into play. We're talking millions, billions, maybe billions. And so I'm not quite sure where it's going to end up, but what I usually do is I take, because residential is the primary 70% of the base, the tax base here. So I usually take the increase that's in my report, so that's on page 10, and it came out at 6%. We have a CPI of 2.7%. For me, I'm going to guess that taxable value is going to increase between 3.5% to 4%. Last year, we were slightly higher in our residential class increase. We had a slightly higher CPI, and we ended up at 4.7. So I'm going to guess it's going to be around 4. But hopefully we'll be pleasantly surprised and we'll get 4.2, 4.3. But I'm going to guess around 4, 3.5 to 4.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chair.
Second round, Commissioner Howard.
Hey, quick question. How does like a downtown development authority or a tax increment finance authority impact this report?
So it doesn't in the matter that I just determine assessments, and all of mine it's a sample of the entire population. So I just give direction as to where the overall values need to go for the entire property class. In a downtown development, you could have residential, you could have commercial, you could even have industrial. So it would be like a mixed spread of that. But they're tax increment financing, typically like a TIFA situation. So anything above where it started gets captured and it
Right.
goes over here. So the only thing that you could be guaranteed of is that base value that is gonna generate, but then the rest of it kind of goes over here and it gets used to make the district better. Do improvements and those types of things. So if you knew what it was the previous year, the year that it was established, you can count on that tax base, because we haven't really had a loss of property value since 2008,
Got you.
and that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope that kind of,
Yes.
okay.
Kristen, just a couple quick questions. I know we've been talking about residential, real property, but I know we've got obviously commercial and industrial on here as well, and they're double-digit increases. Is that something that happened last year, the double-digit increases for those classes as well?
So, a little, but we had a lot of things change this year. We got a brand-new property, a manual, the State Tax Commission, every, 8 to 10 years, they come out and publish a new rate manual. This year was the new rate manual. And for some reason, and I think I explained this to you guys in April, for some reason, St. Clair County and Macomb County are the highest of the state. Our prices per square foot of everything that's in that manual, either we're the highest or St. Clair County is the highest. And I'm not sure why, but the units of production here seem to be higher than everywhere else. I have to use that manual. I can't adjust it, neither can the assessors. But so that happened. We had a rate change. Anytime you have a rate change like that, you had a manual and then it was modified, 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 modified. And then you come out with a brand new starting over manual. So everything kind of resets a little bit. And I think that's what's kind of happening this year. I know the rate of increase for the industrial and the commercial property has always been a little bit more, but it's also a harder property class to study in this manner because we don't have sales. Sales is the primary indication of what the values would be. And I can't determine a property class increase if I only have a couple of sales, if I don't have enough sales, if I only have sales, that I have sales, but they're not relevant sales, and a lot of times that happens. So we have to use an appraisal study. And the appraisal study is determined by these prices per square foot that the state gives us. The residential is much more indicative of what's actually happening in the market because it actually has true market participants. This is my people valuing a building based on rates given to us by the state and then modified for Macomb County, if that makes sense.
Yep, it does. Thank you for explaining that. All right, seeing no other questions, please vote. Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome. See you in April.
See you in April.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our committee recommendations. For all those watching, these were fully discussed in committee, so this will go fairly quick. We'll start with our Government Oversight Committee recommendations. I'm going to take 10A first here. I'll just take a motion to approve.
Support.
Moved by Voino, supported by Howard. Any discussion on this item? Screen's not updating, so I don't see any hands either. So please vote.
Commissioner Hall, the system didn't capture your vote. If you'd like to voice vote, I can add it on. Motion passes 11-2. Commissioners Goike and Kraft voting no.
Okay, next I will take a motion to approve 10B through 10U.
So move.
Moved by Howard, supported by Hall. Any discussion on these items? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our Finance Audit Budget Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve 11A and 11B.
Support.
Moved by Kraft, supported by Romano. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is Internal Services Committee recommendations. Take a motion to approve 12A through 12C.
So move Van Sickle.
Moved by Van Sickles, supported by Howard. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is Health and Human Services Committee recommendations. Take a motion to approve 13A and 13B.
So moved. Support.
Moved by Lucido, supported by Haw. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is our Public Services Committee recommendations. Take a motion to approve 14A through 14J.
Motion to move.
Support.
By Goike, supported by Van Sickle. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is Records and Public Safety Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve 15A through 15G.
So June.
Made by Romano, supported by Perna. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is our ordinances. I will take a motion to adopt 16A and 16B.
Board.
Motion made by Howard, supported by Haw. Seeing no speakers on these two ordinances, and I'm just going to read these briefly. Ordinance 2025-03. This is an ordinance to amend in their entirety previously adopted comprehensive contracting and purchasing policies and procedures, ordinances and associated ordinances and associated resolutions to provide penalties and consequences for violations. Item B is ordinance 2025-04. This is an ordinance amending enrolled ordinance number 2025-02, fiscal year 2026 comprehensive general appropriations ordinance to amend budget and appropriations. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay. Is that an amendment? Okay, next is resolutions. 17A. This is resolution 2025-14461. This is a resolution to approve the Centerline Commerce Center Brownfield Plan for the County of Macomb pursuant to and in accordance with provisions of Act 381 of the Public Acts of State of Michigan of 1996 as amended. Commissioners, this was originally considered and recommended to the full board from the Public Services Committee under the title Resolution 2025-14461, a resolution to approve a new commercial center Brownfield plan for the County of Macomb pursuant to, in accordance with provisions of Act 381 of the Public Acts of the State of Michigan of 1996 as amended. So I just wanted to announce that before I take the motion to adopt that we are, by doing so, this motion will adopt this and move the resolution forward to create and correct that typo that we had in committee. So I'll take a motion to adopt. by Howard, supported by Voino. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is proclamations. This is just a receive and file. This is adopted with full board approval at committee. A proclamation congratulating Kevin Wilsack upon his retirement for the City of Utica Fire Department. Take a motion to receive and file.
Support.
By Grote, supported by Van Sickle. Seeing no discussion, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
And next is our board office update. This is our monthly update from our Director of Board Operations. Take a motion to receive and file. Made by Grote, supported by Voino. Crystal, you have the floor.
Good afternoon. We are at what should be our final meeting of this year and the end of the first year of the new 4-year terms, which I think we had a great year, and we're looking forward to having commissioners for a full 4 years. A lot of the highlights from this past year can be found in the annual report that's at each of your seats. We also have printed meeting calendars for 2026 with the calendar that you just adopted. Those are available at Becky's desk. It's different than the one attached to the agenda. The printed one that she has our county holidays, the board office events, and the major conferences that most commissioners attend. We will start setting up the calendar invites tomorrow or next week, so I apologize in advance. You'll be getting, I think there's almost 100 meetings, so you'll be getting a lot of emails for those. And we do have the link where you can add it to your phone calendar. I sent that out at the beginning of this year. The link won't change, but if you didn't add it then and you want the link so you can add it now, let me know. I can also send that out once they're all set up. And a final office update, we are on our part-time office assistant senior vacancy. We did start interviews for that this week. We're currently working on a few of our events and programs, one being Student Government Day. Those essays are due on January 9th. We will hold that event on February 19th prior to the full board meeting that day. The Green School submission period will open before you're back. It opens on January 1st. We do currently have a survey out that we're asking schools to fill out. Staff put that together, and we're hoping to capture some opportunities for partnerships and sponsorships to increase the participation. So it's gathering that information from the schools on what might help them participate or what they need to participate so that we can use the different partnerships and sponsorships we receive to connect them with those. And we did start planning the Tri-County Summit for 2026. Oakland County is the host this year, so it will be held at Cranbrook on May 1st. A save the date will go out soon, and we'll start sending out the sponsorship letters. For our social media stats, we had 23 organic posts for November. The top Facebook posts were the budget adoption and the donuts with commissioners. The top Instagram post was the Santa Parade. Hunch Free made several updates, as they usually do, to the sliders and the web pages based on our programs and events. They also attended the Santa Parade and the Older Adult Advisory Committee meeting in Chesterfield Township in November for us. And we will be meeting with them next week to kick off the new contract that was just approved. The IQ stats are on the top on the back side of your sheet. It's probably not a surprise that our top topic was Casual Day because those submissions were due over November, so we've seen a lot of those come in. The different holiday events that are coming up are at the bottom listed for you there. Board meetings resume on January 13th, and the office is open every day except for the county holidays, which are Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Other than that, we are here. So I just wanted to remind commissioners about that. That's everything I have, but if you have any questions, including anything on the annual report, I'd be happy to answer that.
Okay, commissioners, any questions for Crystal? I don't see any, so we will move on. We need to vote. Thank you, Krista.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our public participation. This is the opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Would anyone from the public like to speak?
Good afternoon, commissions. My name is Fred Neenstead, Clinton Township resident. First, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. The season is joyous. We need peace in our communities. We're very happy that we're at the point of our liturgical year where Jesus Christ is going to be celebrated as the Savior born. And I'm particularly happy about that for myself, and I'm glad that the commission is having their Christmas celebration. But I'd like to talk also about a concern of mine for the county when we're having our elections. There was a recent court case about ballot stubs, and that case took over a year to conclude. The ballot stubs not attached or not present in the mail-in vote was considered by the Secretary of State as a legal vote. The case struck that down, and in many ways, the Secretary of State has great discretion as to how to count the election, right? And that's the discretionary role for the Secretary of State, but it's been very controversial of late. But also she says that the ballot stubs can be discarded at the precinct level after the precinct canvass. That the only records that need to be kept are the canvass records. And there's a very, very good point for that, right? We don't want to have too many discrepancies brought out, making a long, drawn-out legal case for elections and how they turned out. But the ballot stubs themselves can be kept according to the Secretary of State's instructions. It's an option. Local clerks may keep them or throw them out. So I would ask the commission to have a resolution that would encourage local clerks to keep ballot stubs, not to throw them out at the end of the evening or local canvass when they turn everything into the county. Why would we want to keep that, right? That's an election
You have 30
document.
seconds.
And that document really could fall under an audit requirement if there was a review of the election. So we are auditing elections, but really at the canvas of the election. To really show trust in our elections, I think we should have a more systemic model for auditing elections, something that generates a true sense of trust for all citizens, so that it is clear and concise as to what is required to be saved. So as a recommendation, the commission could issue a resolution advising local clerks to retain ballot stubs at the end of the election. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Anyone else from the public like to speak? Going once, twice. We'll close public participation. Next is our other board and commission updates. Any updates? Commissioner Haw.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to advise the commissioners, we had our third Child Support Committee meeting. There's going to be a pilot program put in place that will be effective January 1st. It's the program that the prosecutor has been announcing for quite some time. We've collectively reached agreements with the judges, the friend of the court, the public defenders, the prosecutors, and the sheriffs. So it was quite a monumental task. I want to thank all of those. I think our last meeting, had 18 different people representing different departments in it. This is a good initiative for our county and hope to be a model for the rest of the state. So I thought I'd advise the commissioners on that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Wallace.
Thank you, Chair. Just a couple of updates for NACO and MAC. For MAC, I think everyone is aware of what was going on with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, where they wanted, bids out for PIHPs. MAC did put in a bid. There were some questions going around as for why did MAC put in a bid. And it was just to give more options. The way that it looks like the state wants it is more like one entity takes over larger parts of the state. So there's less hands in it, and people get other parts of the state get equal opportunity. Like the UP does not have as many resources as Macomb County or the Tri-County area. So MAC's whole purpose in putting in a bid is so that we can keep more of a local control. So if MAC gets it, then of course Macomb County, who has more options and availability for our communities, would keep local control. It's just like MAC has one, but we would go to Macomb County and say, can you keep doing what you're doing? And at the same time, can we learn what you're doing so we can try to help the UP or other northern parts of our state? So just to give more unity and more of a partnership, working as partners throughout our state is the real reason why MAC put in the bid, and to keep local control. So I just wanted to put that out there as we are getting closer to something. I don't know, maybe Phil knows more, but I haven't heard any updates as of yet. There was hearings this week, and I haven't heard anything back from that. So we'll see. And if MAC does anything differently, I or Commissioner Lucido will keep you updated on that. Also, with NACO, I just got back from my first board meeting with NACO, and it focused on storytelling and the importance of us as commissioners really telling the story of what we're doing and how it affects our communities. And a lot of people, as you know, don't know what we do as commissioners. They have no idea, and they really don't care until it affects them. So when you tell the story, it's not like to tell it from your perspective of how you are affected by what we're doing. They don't care how you are affected. They want to know how they are affected, how you can help them. So the 3 days were just telling you how to rewrite the story, how to reach your community, and how to reach them effectively. NACO will be going into a advocacy campaign where they are going to help counties tell the story. And then as you tell your story, it will help other counties throughout the United States to pull and say, hey, we're kind of doing this, but how can we learn from you? So again, working together on a bigger scale. I will be attending a meeting in January, a few days in DC. I have no idea really what it's about. It's going to be my first one. However, I do know that I'll be on a panel about county transportation and how we are affected with the type of transportation we have compared to like DC or New York or something like that. And thankfully, we have Kyle that can help me put some words together on this. So I will definitely keep you updated on that as well. And that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner, for the update. Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm glad Commissioner Wallace has so much faith in me giving an update, but I have no update. Is the update again? She's right, there were hearings starting Monday all this week. They had them on YouTube, so I was able to watch and stream most of them. There was a member of our Corp Council, Drew, that I know attended Monday. I don't know if he was there the other days, but we did have representation there. They were longer hearings. I can't even guess as to how the ruling's going to be, but as far as I know, as of right now, I have not heard one way or the other on a ruling. So hopefully by next full board, we should know significantly more. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you, Chair. Ageways, which is your AAA 1B group, which is a fiduciary for a lot of federal funds that come down, has recently moved. They moved from Southfield over to Farmington Hills, and they had a little lull in their activity because of packing and moving and everything like that, well you're aware. In the meantime, though, they have gotten their magazine out, their magazine or brochure. It's, and there's some here at the county office. I would encourage you to take some with you and to distribute them to your seniors. I distribute them at the Sterling Heights Library and the Sterling Heights Senior Center, and they're well-liked and they're well-received. There's a lot of good information in them, so I would really encourage everybody to take some of those home. Staff can either supply you with your labels or label them for you. I don't want to volunteer staff, but that might be available. So it's a good resource. You may remember a month or two ago, we had a budget amendment where Ageways donated or funneled some more money into our Meals on Wheels. That's one of the programs that they sponsor with federal monies that they get and are fiduciary. Lastly, I'd like to comment on Commissioner Wallace's comment about people not knowing what commissioners do. Over the past year or so, I've asked some people who are involved with politics if they know what county commissioners do. They have no clue. So how many of you remember Donut Day we had a month or two ago? So I took that opportunity to ask some of our county employees, do you know what we do as commissioners? Do you know not one of the county employees who came to Donut Day that I talked to actually knew what commissioners did? So I think we have some advertising, publicity work to do to let everybody know what we do. But thank you for bringing that up, Commissioner. Thank you, Chair.
I will put it on the list.
And the list is getting pretty big, isn't it?
Okay, seeing no other board and commission updates, we'll go to commissioner comments. Commissioner Zinner.
Oh, good. I couldn't see if I had hit it or not properly not. Thank you, Chair. In regard to what Fred Neestat said, I believe we need every support possible for honest reporting in elections, for free and honest elections. There has been a lot of information out in recent years. Some of this has been, it isn't a Republican, independent, or Democratic factor. It is a citizen factor. And I'm glad Fred, keeps bringing this up, because we need to have the truth. And if there are ways that we are at this time able to keep what he's talking about, we don't know if there are times that things need to be checked and rechecked. I think he's right. We need to be able to go back and check things and count things properly if there's a question. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Lucido.
Yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year out there, and also to thank the staff for another great year of helping us out, because I know without your support, it would not be possible for us to do our jobs as effectively as we do. So thank you guys, and I hope everyone has a great New Year.
Thank you, Commissioner Romano.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of the commissioners, I want to thank our chair for a terrific luncheon. It was a good chance to get together with people from the different departments and talk to them in a group, so to speak. We can wander around and get the different directors and talk to them, and I thought it was pretty nice, and I thought it was kind of nice for our chair to put that together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Ha.
Thank you, Chair. I too would just like to wish all of my fellow commissioners, the staff, all the employees of Macomb County, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I would also like to congratulate our chairman on completing his first year as chairman.
Yay! I hear he resigned.
There was always fear of that, Joe. Always fear of that.
That's not funny. I'm like, there better not be a bubble on the agenda.
And Crystal has published within our little pamphlet there, Macomb County, the amount of meetings, discussions, and accomplishments that have taken place this year under his leadership. You won't believe it when you read it, but I guarantee you it's true. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other speakers? All right, I'll close out the year. So, I didn't get a chance to speak. So, but no big announcements this year, Commissioners. Just to put that to rest right now. We had a great 2025. Obviously, you all have the annual report. You can take a look at that and look at all the accomplishments. Those accomplishments just don't happen overnight. It took us this whole year, took staff, took countywide elects, took everybody to make that happen. So thank you for our team for putting that together and getting it done so you could walk out of here today with it and circulate that in your local communities. And then also, one of the things I learned this year as being chair is that communication is priority. I think I've done, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself here, but you have all told me that one of the key things that I've done very, very well this year is to keep you all updated. And that was one of my primary goals when I took this role. So that's always been the pinnacle of what I've been trying to do. And that doesn't just end today, obviously. We've got a new year going into 2026. So I do want to sit down with you one-on-one again, as I did last year. We talked about this, just to kind of recap this year and to talk to you about 2026 and what your goals are for 2026, so that I understand what direction you're going in and see what I can do to help you accomplish your goals. So that being said, I just want to thank all of you for entrusting me in this role. I know last year there was quite a big announcement, and I want to thank you all for entrusting me. I've given it certainly 110%. I also want to thank our countywide elects. Working with them this year, it's been a great process. We've improved that relationship, and I continue to keep building on that in 2026. And this all doesn't happen without our staff. Our staff goes above and beyond to make us look good. And just like today's luncheon, the heavy lifting came from the staff. Certainly I bought the food and brought the food here, but it's all on staff, and they do just a fabulous job. This doesn't go as planned without our staff. So thank you to them. Thank you to everyone that attended, our employees, our directors, everyone that was able to be here. And I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I look forward to next year. So that being said,
Motion to adjourn.
Hey.
by Romano, supported by Wallace. Please vote.
Everybody have a safe and happy New Year.